Hello, very good morning. I would just like to confirm whether my voice is audible to all of you or not. Very good morning, my dear friends. I am still not seeing too many of viewers right now, but can somebody just type across the chat box कि मेरा आवाज़ बराबर आ रहा है कि नहीं? Because I've just attached a new microphone, which I don't know whether it is properly audible to all of you or not. If not, before we start, I think it is recommended to change it. Somebody can please confirm across the chat box whether the voice is audible to you or not, please. Anyone can just confirm, or I don't know whether you are able to write across the chat box. You can just put across the WhatsApp in that case. My dear friends, कोई भी जो मेरा आवाज़ सुन सक रहा है, can anyone hear me? Let me type as well. I'm really sorry, but this is what the new normal is कि कोई भी live session शुरू होने से पहले we need to first identify whether the voice is audible to all of you or not, whether you are able to listen to me or see me properly or not. My dear friends, am I audible to you? I am seeing that my voice is getting recorded, but am I audible to you? Can someone please confirm? Somebody in the chat box. There's a live chat box where you can type. Okay, fine. Thank you, Arvind ji, for confirming. And now I think it is time. It's already 11, and I should not waste any further time. So just a moment. Yes, very good morning, my dear friends. I think you can see me as well right now. So आज हम यहाँ पे आया है. We are here to just do the after a long break. We have come here to do the live online review for the VIBGYOR WhatsApp Photo Challenge 8. Or during this lockdown, before I start doing the review, and I'll expect few more participants to join in the due course of time. Sunday है, सुबह 11 बजे है. I think that many of you are still having their breakfast. थोड़ा लेट उठ रहे हैं सब लोग, थोड़ा सा सबका शेड्यूल जो है थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब हो गया है पैंडेमिक में. But there is one more thing that has happened across this pandemic that is like what I have personally seen, that there are many people like me, those who like to move around and go to different places and take photographs and document places and all. थोड़ा सा उसका halt आ गया. There is some kind of a gap in between that, and that's the reason why there is a new interest in birding has started. I am very fortunate enough that the place where I am residing out here, there is a lot of trees outside my window. काफ़ी पेड़ पौधे हैं, and there is a good flock of birds which are arriving as well in a daily course of time. And it's now a habit for me that I spend a lot of time in front of this window seeing outside. इतना दिन क्या था, I was seeing more towards my laptop or mobile phone or the TV screen, and I was hearing the birds chirping outside. तो अभी क्या है ना, अभी जब भी पंछी का आवाज़ आता है, it strikes my mind more accurately कि भाई it's a time for a good shot maybe. And I try to focus more outside, and I try to click some photographs. And in the due course of time, I'm not an avid bird photographer. People those who know me, they know very well. I'm just like as a hobbyist, I try to get some exposure to birding. But when I started doing this during this lockdown period, मैंने bird photography का जो one of the key aspect है, I understood that very clearly. In bird photography, apart from this lot of gadgets, a lot of venues which you go and all, you really need to have a good amount of patience, which I think is very required at this point of time. You have to be patiently secured yourself and your family members indoors. Don't move outside unless it is really necessary, or you move out with lots of precautions. And in that kind of lockdown period, when you see the birds having their freedom outside, it sometimes you envy them, but it's okay. It's the point is that that is their adobe and they are enjoying it. So it's giving you a good chance to click the photographs. And that's the reason why when we were about to give a long gap, कुछ ज़्यादा activities नहीं चल रहा था, and we were having a discussion across our WhatsApp group, I realized that people are missing with your interactions. So I thought, okay, fine, as somebody has suggested, we gladly accept, and we thought of moving ahead with this WhatsApp photo challenge once again, but definitely with a subject which is the need of the hour, where we like people to indulge more and more into their patience, to think, to ponder over things. And that's I think the bird photography is one of the key elements for it. काफ़ी अच्छे submissions आए हैं, but again many people, as I understand, since I personally am not an avid bird photographer, many couldn't join, but that's okay. We will be having more sessions in the near future. Apart from that, before I start today, something which has been going across for the last few days, many people know about it, many people are following, but many people are still unaware about it. This year it is the time of Durga Puja. Matlab, it's about not even like a month remaining for the Durga Pujas, which is going to start this month very soon. And but the mood, the festive mood has not grown this year because of this situation. People are a bit pensive. People are not that happy. That enthusiasm is not there. But I personally felt that yes, this is something very serious. But let's go down the lane in the nostalgia and see how Durga Puja used to flourish. I don't know about what is going to happen this year. How it used to flourish for the last 10 years. I have an entire documentation of Kolkata Durga Puja across most of the Durga Pujas in Calcutta since 2007. So मैं 2010 के बाद से एक कुछ फोटोग्राफ सिलेक्ट करके मैं उसको आपके लिए डिस्प्ले कर रहा हूँ मेरे इंस्टाग्राम प्रोफाइल पे. यू कैन जस्ट हैव अ लुक, search out there as hashtag Dainik Durga. Daily I'm trying to post, I was trying to post one, but then I saw that if I do like this it may take another 1 year to show you the pleasure of Durga Puja. So now I'm trying to post more than one. Some days it is 3, some days it is 5, like that it is going on. So that's how it is happening. So please have a look. This is not a marketing gimmick. I don't want you to like my page or do all sort of things. Just go and watch it. एटलीस्ट आपको कोलकाता दुर्गा पूजा कैसे होता है वो फ्लेवर तो मालूम चले. सो दैट्स ऑल माई इंटेंशन इज. बट विथ ऑल दोज नोट्स आई थिंक इट इज़ टाइम टू अप्रिशिएट ऑल द फोटोग्राफर्स दोज हु हैव सबमिटेड इमेजेस फॉर the bird photography, that is VIBGYOR WhatsApp photo challenge, the 8th one where the theme was bird. Before we start, once again I want to clarify that even it is the 8th one, still this time हम देख रहे हैं कि काफ़ी सारे लोग रूल्स जो बहुत ही 2 या 3 लाइन का रूल्स था जो हमारे पोस्टर में भी लिखा हुआ था, they have not followed that. So those images, I'm really sorry, as I've already intimated to you before also, we have to disqualify those images, especially the images which had some watermarks. So if you don't find those images, I will request you to please go back to your post and find where things went wrong. I'm sure that you can keep this in mind for the upcoming WhatsApp challenges that's going to come. All the photographs we have separated on the basis of name of the city and then alphabetical order of your first name. After the session, we have selected 6 images which are a bit more like better than the entire clutter whatever we have got. So there is nothing like first, second, third like that. It is just like ये 6 फोटोग्राफ बहुत अच्छे लगे and we would like you to appreciate that as well. So with that note, let's hit on to the participations. And even though I am not an avid bird photographer, my review out here will be mostly on little bit of composition, little bit of color correction, क्योंकि वो चीज़ पे that is common in almost all the photography aspects, जहाँ पे मुझे लगा कि ये चीज़ें यहाँ पे बराबर नहीं किया गया या फिर थोड़ा ओवर किया गया है या फिर कॉम्पोजिशन में थोड़ा सा और बदलाव आते तो मे भी अच्छा लगता. सो बट रिगार्डिंग द नेम ऑफ द बर्ड्स एंड ऑल, पीपल दोज आर वॉचिंग इट लाइव, आई रिक्वेस्ट देम इफ यू नो द नेम ऑफ द bird, please type it across the chat box while it is moving on. It like many birds name मुझे भी नहीं आता है since I am not an avid bird photographer. So let's move on and let's start with today's review. Okay, so the first image as you can see is from Ahmedabad, Mr. Masood Pathan. Definitely is a fantastic start, no doubt about it. Masood ने बहुत ही बढ़िया काम किया है, especially by giving that yellow eye ball, and the remaining thing is mostly in the monochrome. Is actually taking you straight away to the eye and the catch light. Now you see there are few very specific things which are very common in bird photography, and वो है कि जो आप bird का photo ले रहे हैं, पहला thing is that it should be a bit of a crisp. Crisp doesn't always need high clarity. There is a difference between crisp image and a high clarity image. When you do a post processing, you take any random image, you just move the slider of clarity. Find out what difference it makes. The more you go towards the negative point, that is 0 से अगर आप नीचे जा रहे हैं, it gives you more like a dreamy effect. The more you go towards the positive side, like you go towards the right hand side, you move the slider to the right, you move to the plus value from 0, it goes more and more like the pixels get separated from each other and you get a black tone a lot. Many of us understand that कि शायद ज़्यादा क्लैरिटी मतलब ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा एंड दे मूव द स्लाइडर टू एन एक्सटेंट एंड उसमें क्या होता है आपका ब्लैक्स जो होता है ना वो ज़्यादा आ जाता है, वो इट सेपरेट्स द लेयर्स वेरी बैडली एंड इट लुक्स बिट ऑफ वेरी unusual. So here you see even though the blacks are more but the clarity has been maintained very properly. यहाँ पे आपको ये जो फर है, ये फर का यहाँ पे आपको जो फर का स्मूथनेस है, यू आर गेटिंग दैट. So that's the charm of doing a fantastic post processing. अगर आप ज़्यादा कुछ कर रहे हैं उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि वो अच्छा होता है. So this is a very nice presentation and definitely it requires a lot of appreciation, but the better appreciation for the same participant from Ahmedabad is this one. Now somebody may say ये थोड़ा सा over process है, आपको highlight ज़्यादा है, but friends I think this is very artistically done. It's just like a canvas painting. ये highlight ज़्यादा है, I admit, but as I told you every time that to break the rule you have to first understand the rule. So here Masood has shown that he knows the rule in and out. The next way he is showing that I know where to break the rule and make a difference. Fantastic photography. The moment is fantastic, and the way he has done the post processing, that makes the entire thing so different. So definitely hats off to Masood for this. This is Ashit Kumar Ghatak from Bali, and this one I feel is a fantastic photograph, especially. But I have seen the color version of this as well. I personally felt that the color is more attractive. I have a bit of tendency. It's my own personal choice that I try to avoid monochromes a lot. But it's not that monochromes are bad, grayscales are bad. But especially when you have a colorful duck like this, I think the colors would have been good. But there may be a chance where you see this highlight of this flower or whatever it is. Maybe that was a red in color, so that was attracting a lot, or yellow in color that was attracting the viewership. So that's the reason why he has transformed to monochrome. There may be a chance of it, but given a random choice, I would always love to have a monochrome view of this. Okay, this is same by Ashita. This is very well. I love the subtle part of it, the way it has been taken, and everything is fine. But if you are doing this presentation so good, there is a small dot of black which you can heal very easily in photograph post processing, which I think could have done. Okay, so from Bangalore we have Nagaraj. Nagaraj is sharing this one. So as I told you, you need to have crisp image. Nagaraj has taken this image, if I'm not wrong, somewhere around 10 to 11 am. Reason because of which you have a very sharp 45-degree or around 40-degree angle of sun rays coming on the bird, for which you got a fantastic eyeball and the catch light, which is giving a very good feel. Again, the contrast is not made too high. The bokeh effect has come really good, and especially the contrast with the background. So you see the entire bird is so good illuminated, and the leading line is also definitely adding charm to it. Some more headspace I would have preferred, but it's okay. It's no issues with this as well, because you have a long tail, so maybe that has the requirement as well. Okay, this is from Abhijit from Bangalore once again. So it's also a fantastic photograph, especially when you see the leaves also having the wet feel, and it has the nice highlight. Little bit of highlight could have been reduced, because if you see around the neck portion of the bird, there is a bit of an extra light, because of which I feel that some details have gone missed out, especially in front of the beak and all. So this could have been restored, but the eye has come really well. So maybe you can use a brush tool and you can just select this part, you can mask this part of the bird and reduce the highlight a bit, and I think that will add much more charm to your photography. Abhijit, once again, this is also a nice one, but this one I think has come a little bit of overcast, जहाँ पे light shadow का ज़्यादा काम नहीं है. There was a lot of shade, I understand, into the woods. In these kind of things, you may work out bit on the color part. Maybe we have a lot of color on the eye portion, but some more color maybe towards the wings out here, especially the brown part. If it have come, then this would have differentiated with this dull brown. Now point is that अभी इधर का जो color tone है और इधर का जो color tone है, अगर आप उसका hue match करेंगे, it's almost the same. to differentiate your bird, your subject from the entire background. I think this part where it is almost getting camouflaged could have worked upon. So those are the very subtle things which can add much more better viewership, and definitely the photo which is good to view is good to appreciate as well. Okay, this is Venkatram from Bangalore. A fantastic image. This image, I feel, again the clarity slider has gone towards the left hand side, that is the negative part, जहाँ पे मुझे काफ़ी entire screen पे I see lot of a dreamy effect. So I found all these furs very soft, but while you are doing it, it has also softened the eyeball. Either it has happened this way, or this image has been cropped extensively so that you have pixelated this area. So overall the image is good. I find lot of a color of yellow out here which is looking like a patch. Maybe some more yellows working on this part would have differently differentiated, or rather reduce the differentiation of the color tones between the bird and the other background. Okay, this one is also from Venkatram. A much more better image than the previous one. Here the eyes have come very clean. The catchlight has come really good. But again, ऐसा मैंने अभी को बोल रहा था, थोड़ा बहुत camouflage हो चुका है यहाँ पे. Maybe a little bit of extension of the contrast out here would have added some more charm out here. Again, while you are doing the contrast, try to understand where to stop, because you may end up making up too much of blacks or differentiating the pixels with black different edges, which is not again good. Okay, this is something very subtle. Prabha has sent it from Coimbatore. Something which is like not a very stereotype bird photography maybe, but it is a very nicely taken image. What I find is that it gives a sense of freedom, a sense of space, and definitely, even though it is a crow, it's a very common bird to see. But I love the way it has been presented, something very out of the box. So Prabha, I really appreciate the thought process. Chandrasekhar has sent this one. This is also nicely taken. What I find out here, again, the image has been highly cropped. You see there is a chromatic aberration which has come across all these out of focus foreground. So these are all the out of focus foreground where these chromatic aberrations have been so distinctively, we can see a extensive layer. Maybe this is because that after you have taken the image, maybe not in the raw format, you have done a lot of cropping, and then you have tried to increase the contrast or clarity, because of which even these chromatic aberrations have actually got separated again like a separate layer. Try to have a look on this part. These are very silly things when you start understanding the post-processing technologies, and you can really rectify these things very easily if you are specifically taking the photo in the raw format. So all the bird photographers, if you are doing a JPEG photography, I think it's high time to slowly shift into the raw. You have some time at home during the lockdown period, which is still prevailing in many places in India. Try to add on the skill development. In VIBGYOR, we try to prepare some kind of such sessions, but unfortunately, I understand it's not a good time to carry on with that, because many have requested. It's not a good mental. I don't know, a very good time for them to grab something new thing. I really appreciate all those feedbacks, because ultimately we are a family, so that's a reason why we are giving a break. But we'll definitely try to conduct few sessions so that we can elaborate these kind of things to you much better. Okay, once again the crow is back. This is from Chandrasekhar, taking in a very good golden light. Now here what I find is that there is a very distinct differentiation between the background and the crow. So now see, when you are taking images of crow or birds like sunbirds, which are actually on a darker tone, especially the sunbirds, whenever you click, you find that the head part is a very on a darker tone. Finding that texture out is not that easy job. It's really needs a lot of additional effort. This part we can find out that each and every layer of the feather is also very well portrayed. So which I think has been very well taken care of by Chandrasekhar. Okay, Mukesh has sent this one. Again, it's a very subtle kingfisher sitting on the wire or the ropeway. So not a very clear, crystal crisp image, but again it's a very subtle image, and where you find a lot of white space, space where you find the good times to like flare its wings. So it's superbly sent. Okay, Mukesh has sent this the second image from Hyderabad. Okay, this one is also good. We normally find this kind of stocks on these bushes, and also a nice image. And okay, a sparrow from Murthy from Bangalore, Murthy from Hyderabad. A very nice image. I especially like the way the seed has been kept beside the sparrow and the posture of the sparrow where the one limb is been lifted up. So very nicely taken. I like this one more. Murthy has shared this image. Here you see the reds, especially with the flowers from all the three corners, and all of a sudden the red eye, which has been like a balance of the colors with a little bit of greens behind red and green, which you know are the complementary colors, are balancing it so well. With that, the neutral color black is the color of the bird. So you see these when we have done the WebGYOR sessions, when we have given you the basic ideas of color tones and color theories, these are applicable all across. It is not just only in like a specific genre of photography. It is across whatever genre of photography you are doing. These kinds are very much applicable. So Murthy, a very good photograph been displayed. Okay, Samarjit from Hyderabad has shared this one. I really loved this one because it's a very nice what do you call again, out of the box image. The very special part in this one is, you see there is one branch which you can see out here coming, which is going out of the focus range, and it's giving you a blur effect. If this same image would have been taken maybe 2 steps from the right, this entire leaf would have come on the what do you call the bird. Again, the bird, if it would have been taken from more towards the right hand side, may have got camouflage with this background green as well. So this has been taken with lot of thought process, and I think it's sheer luck to get this bird sitting on this kind of a placard. Okay, this one is again taken from a ground shot. Samarjit once again from Hyderabad. A nice moment, nicely taken shot, but once again try to increase the contrast a bit. Maybe a little bit of contrast will add up more value or will differentiate the subject from the background. This is a fantastic image from Shayan from Kolkata. A fantastic reflection image, and you find absolutely no disturbance across the ripples of the water as well. So it's a very what do you call clean and neat presentation. But this is much more interesting. I like this image of Shayan. We usually see the crows fighting with each other. We never think of taking their shot and keeping it as our memory. But the point is that here we see Shayan has taken a good image where 2 are fighting and 2 are having a nice observation of what is happening. So this relates to most of the activities we humans also see. So whenever we are going to office, and if we unfortunately find the auto striking to a Honda City, we find a tussle which happens, but you don't bother about the late timing of your office. All you do is that you reduce the speed of your vehicle and ponder over what is happening, and you just pass on. So I don't know why I related that story with this kind of image presentation. And the best part is that if you see the crow is getting beaten up, is actually looking forward for those 2 who are onlookers and finding out that, boss, what's going on, come and help me. So I don't know, I like the story which has been built up, even though it is a very simple, people may find not that aesthetically sound bird photography, but you know, every time it should not be like an absolutely like a bookworm image, something like that. It is as per like, okay, ye mera checklist hai bird photography and this all has been done, means it's a good photography. Sometimes you need to break the rules, and this one is absolutely